Good
Awesome.
idea.
Adam. Thank you for joining me
Right.
today.
You're
Adam
welcome.
McCollough. I like your last name. It's really cool. We have a story for everybody today. And I think we're going to, how about we start with you telling us who you are, but not yet your job title, just you, like what your regular day looks like.
That's my regular day look like. Well, I'm Adam. My regular day is quite easy because I'm kind of do what I like. I usually, if it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll start in the gym and then I'll come home and have breakfast. And then I just work on my own things. So I have lots of fingers in different pies. So sometimes, yeah, yeah. But I typically work from home most of the time. We've got a workshop not too far away, so I'll usually pop over there for a couple of hours and do some bits. It varies. If the sun's shining, I'll just be in the garden playing.
That's lovely. Um,
Yeah.
how would you describe yourself with technology before the situation happened? Would you say that
Okay.
you're
So before
pretty
I would
careful, cautious, somewhere in the middle?
I'm extremely tech savvy, which is the really thing that gets me, and I'm extremely cautious. So I've been on computers since they were like the Commodore Vic 20, the Spectrum 48K, like in the 80s. I took a little break while I was an apprentice in the late 90s and then had to relearn everything. But even then, it was straight onto a Pentium 1. I'd be on the early days of AOL dial-up and I do programming in all languages. So HTML, PHP, JavaScript. And this is why this hit so hard, is because I obviously know how these things work. I'm usually super careful. I scan everything, and this time it just came in under the radar.
As they do. So I think we'll get into the story if you can walk us through. So this was a phishing, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Walk me through the moment you saw the email, what it looked like what it said, and some details like that, if that's okay.
Sure. Unfortunately, I don't have the email to show you, otherwise I would have shown you,
Okay.
but I've deleted them all now. But they were so convincing. I think there was about three different emails at three different times. So just like a regular marketing campaign. So it pretended to be from TradingView, and TradingView is an app that I've used on my phone for about 8 years. So I didn't even question that the emails went from there because it would say, as a valued customer, we're going to give you a year free of the desktop app. And the desktop app has more features. So it wasn't even like oh, this is too good to be true. It was just, oh, yeah, I am a loyal customer. I have used their app a lot. And yeah, there was no sort of alarm bells ringing off at all. And there was three, just like a regular marketing campaign, probably a couple of weeks apart, or maybe a couple of weeks, and then there was one, and then I think it was about 4 or 5 days, and they were all different, and they would all just as if a professional marketing campaign would be written, just saying, "Come on, the offer ends at the 31st of March. Download it now," and that's what I did,
And
and that's when the fun began.
yeah, so okay, so the what made you trust it enough to open it or click on it was the familiarity, right? So much so, like I immediately can think of myself, like we're using Descript, right? So if I've been with
Yeah, yeah,
Descript
of
for
course.
4 years, 3 years, off and on, they've developed. I mean, they can even change their logo, and I'm like, oh, that's Descript. Like the trust is there,
Yeah,
So it'd be
yeah.
really easy. I mean, I wouldn't be on guard with something
No.
I'm familiar with that looks really like what I'm used to. So do you feel like that was,
Well, that's the point.
yeah.
So sometimes we get bombarded with these kind of scam emails all of the time, but usually and historically, there'll be spelling errors, or there'll be the URL won't quite look right, or there's always something that kind of makes you question it. And of course, you always find like you always scan a file that you've downloaded from the internet. The second problem, I think, for me is that it caught me at a busy time, whereas between jobs, I got nagged the third time, and I thought, you know what? I will just download it now. I don't have time to look at it really, but I'll just quickly download it and then I'll look at it at the weekend. But I want to get in before the offer ends, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I downloaded it, just hit run, didn't really pay attention to anything other than, okay, that's installed, crack on with other things that I was doing. And of course, I didn't notice until my computer started acting a little strange.
Okay. Yeah. What was that? What was that second? Because it's a matter of seconds where something you're like, what's going on here? Yeah. What was that like?
It wasn't It wasn't until the next day because I think it was one of the last things I'd done that day. And then my computer was just it was just folded out. And another thing, I don't disconnect from the internet because we're just conditioned now. We just leave things open. We leave multiple tabs open. And the next day I was in a physical sort of meeting with someone, and I just heard a bit of beeping in the background as I was working, and remember saying, there's something not quite right with my computer, but I hadn't put two and two together. I had, because I'd completely forgotten I downloaded the app, and I just didn't really question. I just went, something not quite right. So it wasn't until I did the school run in the afternoon, when I got back from the school run, well, I had a couple of tabs open. One of them was my Gmail, and I don't access Gmail through the web. I use a client like Thunderbird, and there was another tab open with my Stripe account. And even at that point, I didn't think, "Oh, I've been hacked." I just thought the cat had walked along the keyboard or something. So I just went to close them, and then the little thing in my brain went, "No, that's why Stripe open? I haven't used that today." So I Control Alt and T to open the tabs back up, looked in the history, and yeah, it had the word withdraw in the search history of the Gmail. And that's when I realized, oh, okay, that's when the penny dropped. And suddenly I went, yeah, okay, I there's something going on here. So that I immediately disconnected from the internet and then started to realize what something had happened.
What was the worst moment of the whole experience? Maybe not the most dramatic part, but like what hits
Oh,
emotionally
okay.
hard for you?
Well, I tell you what the hardest point was after where so you realize your security's been compromised. So the first thing I did, I opened up the program, add remove programs. I thought, okay, I realized, okay, that's that program I've installed. I'm looking for TradingView, and of course it's not there. But there's about 7 or 8 apps that had been installed on the same day,
Mm.
which included Dropbox, WhatsApp, a remote control software, which is the big one, which is a legitimate Windows bit of software, but somebody is obviously, using it with bad intent, and a few other sort of applications. I can't remember them all now. And in I'd also noticed, I can't remember how I noticed, but my Chrome passwords had also been exported. And in that particular browser, I think there was 411. So a lot of them were quite old, luckily. But, and even then I thought, well, this is bad. I need to change all these. But it wasn't until I was going through all of these, and obviously you hit the financial ones first. And as I'm going through changing the passwords and thoroughly going through all the accounts, like with a fine tooth comb, I'm realizing there's the kids' trust funds there. There's our life savings potentially. And I think when I logged in to change the password on that on a different clean device, I suddenly thought, yeah, that's before the screen opened and you got that pause and you're waiting for the for the thing to open, and I'm just thinking, is it too late? That hit hard because our life savings are in are in like an ISA, which could have just been emptied. And since then, I've heard stories where that's actually happened, and we were very lucky to get on it quick enough that somebody hadn't logged in.
Yeah.
I also noticed they had access to my entire NAS drive because, of course, they're connected to the network. My home and work network is the same because it's all on the same network. So potentially, I'm thinking there's my personal ID. They could apply for loans. It's not just like getting a virus in. Like my last virus I got was in 1991, where all it meant was, oh, my computer's a bit messed up. I'll just reinstall Windows.
Hmm.
A bit of an inconvenience. Whereas now it literally is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like your whole everything. So and you're just for the last 3 weeks, you're questioning just every single thing you do, even downloading like Windows Notepad on from the Microsoft Store. I'm just checking, is this legit? Is it safe?
Yeah.
Like so, things that you just do without giving it a second thought. And browser extensions too. Like you're giving people access to a lot of things without necessarily always giving it the thought that you should.
Yeah. A lot of those extensions, when you start to read it, or I'm about to download something and I read it, I'm like, this is a
Ooh.
lot. And then I want to click no, but it's very like
Uh-huh.
you either, if you click no, you don't get it. And then I'm like, but I want it and I should
I,
trust it.
I did the exact same thing today with a Thunderbird extension that would make, sync up the calendar and the thing is, I know it's 99.9% safe, but that 0.1% is not worth that risk to give somebody access to all of my emails because again, it's very easy for knowledge is power, isn't it? Somebody's forwarding your emails, they've got all your reset codes, they know who your suppliers are. Somebody could contact you and say, "Oh, I'm from such and such. We've changed our bank details." And if you're busy, you
You,
might send a payment to someone else.
yeah, you really caught it in time though. There was no having to reach out to any
It's
clients or family um
yeah,
specifically, right? So that was like the blessing in disguise almost, where you caught it in time. But it was still like
I hope
now I
so.
still have all this work to do to,
Oh,
yeah, because they could be going through what they have and then executing. So you
yeah,
have to, like, you caught it in time, but then you're almost like, from what I hear, you're like, now I really have to go in and secure all of this that I wouldn't on a normal week have to do, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I'm extremely lucky that it was the next day. And some people, yeah, I mean that could have sat there for weeks,
Hmm.
months, undetected. Because all I don't I think it's so I am actually in awe of how brilliant the programming and the compilation is that somebody has managed to create something to go defeat my antivirus, to get past Windows Defender, to get in there and actually do all this stuff that it's doing behind the scenes. And of course, if I hadn't have come home and seen the withdraw activity and the actual open browsers, if they'd have cleaned up behind themselves, or maybe I'd caught them whilst they were doing it, if they'd have just closed the windows, I probably may not have noticed for another day or week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could quite easily go undetected, couldn't it?
Wow. Was there, I guess, so one of the questions I had was there any recovery, but like recovery steps that you had to do, but it wasn't, it was it was just the securing and changing all the things and taking note of, because we don't really do that. Like I don't know, a lot of us like will get an account, we'll open it, we'll rely on our Google keychain. We're not really keeping track of all these apps and all these things that have access to our, I don't even know if a lot of us have our like all the bank accounts and all the different
Yeah.
PayPal, Stripe, Venmo, these different Cash
So,
App, right?
so
Like, yeah.
you don't realize as well as I mean, I mean, my passwords, I think there is just under 600 in total. By the time I literally had, I come, I just took them from every source. I had some written down, I had some on notepads, had some on various browsers. So I'd put them all in a spreadsheet, deleted all of the password managers in any browsers. I think are too insecure. So I've removed all of those, put them, sorted them all out, removed all the duplicates, tested them all. It took me about a week to go through everything. All of the financial ones are just written in a book. Anything where I think if somebody hacks this, then that's going to really hurt, like the life savings in my eyes. So they're no longer stored digitally anywhere because I think it's too big a risk now, in hindsight. And even when you think you're being secure, so I know that now on the dark web, there's going to be a list of 411 passwords that were stolen. That's going to be out there circulating the dark web, and probably teenagers around the world everywhere, or people in different countries just using this as information to try and hack other things. And it suddenly occurred to me that I thought I was being very smart by having different complex passwords for everything, but they all followed a similar algorithm. So if it was WhatsApp, it might be WA in capitals and then a sequence that's pretty similar for everything. Maybe a slight variation with a star, a dollar, a number one or something. But all of these things are so easily cracked now with good software. And so literally I've just given somebody the whole algorithm to how my brain works when I make passwords.
Yeah.
So now I've eliminated that and I'm using, is it called Bit? Let me just check. I did a bit of research. Bitwarden, it's called, which is a secure password vault. I'm not affiliated with it at all, but that can generate secure passwords for you. So now every single password is completely generated, so, and I don't have any pattern. Some would be 10 characters, some 20, some 14, and they're all completely changed. And I've now set up two-factor authentication on everything that's important because I was just on the impression that, oh, don't have all your passwords the same. Somebody hacks one, they've got them all. But that's not enough anymore. It's not enough just to have unique passwords. You kind of need to go one step further, I think, and definitely have 2FA set up.
Yeah, that kind of answers the next question I had, which is what do you know now that you wish you had known the morning before this happened?
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
But it's annoyingly, what's really frustrating is for about a year, I've gone, I must sort my passwords out. They're all over the place. I used to have a password manager that was built into a system that I'd made. It was called the system, and it managed all of our whole shop inventory and everything. And that worked really well. But because we don't have the shops anymore, that kind of we stopped using it and they just got scattered everywhere. And I imagine that's probably true of a lot of people where we just go, "Oh, save that one," or they'll use similar passwords or the same password and they'll always stick a number one on the end. We're all just so predictable. It's all so easy to crack, isn't it?
So,
So yeah,
yeah, if we had to list that for people, it would be so the first one, kind of going backwards, is turn on to what's it called? It's like to authenticate. So two steps to
yeah, yeah,
authenticate who you
yeah,
are.
yeah. It's perfect.
And it's funny because I every time I do something, I have to do that and it slows me down and I find it annoying. I'm like, now I have
I
to go to
did.
my phone, I have to go to my, but in that movement, if somebody else has access, they have
Yeah,
to have even more information, which they're going to also encounter that back and forth process, which is a good thing to have
yeah.
now that
I
I'm
was
hearing you talk about it. Yeah.
so grateful for two-factor authentication, and I've gone from cursing it every day to being thankful that it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's there for a reason. Well, they don't just want us to do this for fun.
And if
Yeah.
people wanted to, do you think that there's, I'm trying to visualize it. So if somebody wanted to really start to clean up, how would somebody even start, do you think? Is it really listing everything and then going into each one and cleaning out maybe your Chrome browser?
Obviously, I'm no expert because
Yeah.
I got hacked. But in hindsight, and
Yeah.
what I did, I put them all in the spreadsheet. Just get them all in one place. Like just go through, and it's amazing as well how many you miss because I mean we've only got a few machines at work and an iPhone. We've all got an iPad, and you start going, oh, there's someone here, there's someone here, there's some there, and they're literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Just get them all in one place. Anything that is going, and just kind of think, have the mindset of not if this gets hacked, but when this gets hacked, how will this impact my life? And if it's going to be devastating, then don't have it stored digitally. Because I think even as so we've got 2FA now, we've got better passwords, we've all become better and more security conscious, but the hackers are always going to be keeping up with us, or in this case, one step ahead. And the other interesting thing I found out when I was analyzing the header of the email, I noticed it was sent from, I can't remember the name of it, but a platform that basically is an AI sandbox,
Hmm?
which indicates to me they've been using the AI tool, which we're now using to do amazing things.
Yeah.
And and it's been so we know the power of it. It's absolutely brilliant when we're doing something good, but these criminals have the exact same power, and it's just so easy, so much easier for them now. So yeah, just need to keep ahead, be
Well,
aware.
yeah. Your story got me thinking about a lot, so I appreciate you sharing this. And what is one thing you would want somebody to do today right after, say, watching this?
If I was watching this back, I I would just challenge everything. Just remember that every like if And also, just with your computer, just remember that the computer is connected to the internet. There are bad people out there on the internet that want access to stuff on your computer. It's not that hard to get it. So just be mindful of that because I think it's just so easy to think, oh, it's my computer, it's my iPhone, it's my Android. It's actually, as soon as you're connected to the internet, it's a public device, and especially with all the extra connectivity, like we spoke about with the extensions, every single app. Like I don't know, I'm not reviewing every single app that my kids are downloading. Who knows what people are creating and what they're doing and what access we're giving them. So I think we just need to be really super mindful and just remember that it's not always good people that are writing these programs. And in fact, I had a very simple extension on my browser that literally was right click an image to save as a JPEG or a PNG because my native browser didn't have that. And it turns out that was malware as well.
We have a It threw you out and bounced you back.
I'm back. We're back. I don't know how much of that you caught. Where were we?
You were saying to, so if you were gonna tell it, share something with somebody, like what you would want them to know is just to, I was gathering what you were saying was ch- question everything, right?
Yeah.
And kind of like realize, if you have that mentality, like, I want to make this really hard for someone to possibly, when they do, try to be in the
Hmm.
mindset of, when I do get
Yeah.
somebody on my computer or they get access, how
Hmm.
difficult can I make it for them?
Yeah.
And that, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a scary world we live in, isn't it? And anything that's connected to the internet, is vulnerable, and any programs that you install on any device, just think about who's written it and what what their motive is potentially. Yeah,
Yeah. I love
bit of
it.
a
I
wake.
think that's a really good message.
It's scary, scary for me, especially and really embarrassing for someone
Mm.
who understands the tech. If it and you just think, oh, it won't never happen to me. I know all about this kind of stuff. But if I'm and all my friends keep saying, oh my God, if it happened to you, then we're all screwed.
You
So
know,
always learning, aren't we? We're always learning. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm glad, I hope in hindsight, when you can look back and be like, I'm really glad, I hope this reaches people. I hope it opens up conversations and that your experience is positively impacting other people and
Let's
getting
hope so.
just them to question. So I really appreciate you taking the time to share it with me in school. You chatted with me, and right
Yeah, yeah.
now I appreciate it so much.
It will just be so nice to know that the last 3 weeks haven't been entirely wasted because it's been horrible, absolutely
Yeah.
horrible. And even just the research on this this is just one particular virus out of probably thousands that are out there or more. Um, and yeah, I mean, I've been really lucky that the damage has been virtually zero, other than my time, which is really expensive. So I really hope that somebody can just go, yeah. I mean, if it just saves one person from losing their life savings, that's well worth it, isn't it? So
Oh my God, yes. I mean, that could be very heartbreaking. And I mean, life-changing. So, yes,
yeah,
if it just help
'cause
one
that's all they
person.
want.
Yeah.
That's all they
And
want
the
is
and the
money.
guarantees are, like, the more we talk about it, the more we share ideas, and I'm excited too because this has been something I've been really passionate about. I've been meaning to start the conversation. So I feel like it was a
Yes,
little bit of a universe stepping in, synchronicity wise, and
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah, us
yeah,
connecting this way because it was great.
that's good. Oh, I
Yeah.
wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time
And
today and
It's a
sharing your story with us.
it's a really important message, isn't it, to get out and yeah, stay safe.
Yes, I love that. Stay safe. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. We'll chat again soon.
Okay,
Take
bye-bye.
care.